Alright guys, we're going to get back into the habit of just doing Wednesday shop updates. Mondays was kind of just, I was bored, so I figured why not. But listen, let's start with this. I got most of my truggies on, all together on a shelf. I got 11 truggies sitting there, not including the Creighton. But I also got this new Mayhem ST. This thing I want to get up pretty soon. She's got a Losi 26 in her. She's in really good shape. She got all the original packaging, got all the original good stuff. We're going to get this one out and get her running here pretty soon. And guys, on the Companuccis, I've been having a lot of fun. So this is the first one I got from Ricardo. This is the one I didn't know anything about. I got it running on nitro because, well, I'm pretty much good at figuring stuff out. But what I want to do is I harvested the motor out of this one. I put it into this Land Rover. Got this one running. This one is on radio. She's running, she's driving. I just need to get an air filter for her. The Ferrari is completely done. I got everything making the noise, doing the thing with this thing. It's got the right wheels. I got to straighten out the windshield stickers. This Land Rover, though, the body is pretty much trash. But I did locate, I got some one-way bearings coming for it. And the gear that I stripped out on this one, ironically enough, this Kyosho gear is absolutely perfect for it. So we're going to get all three of these guys. We're going to make them all runners. I'm going to get this one painted up. I got some metallic red Tamiya paint. So we'll get this one done sometime this week. So guys, as a YouTuber, you guys probably figured out I am not monetized. I'm not interested in making money in my hobbies. But you do get time to time, you get emails for people, companies that want to see if you want to test out their products. So this company called Seeker contacted me. And they sent me this little teeny tiny little ESC, and I guess the intent was to put it in like a little AX24 or maybe a SCX24 or something tiny. But it's a little tiny 3S brushless motor with a little speed controller. It's got all kinds of little good stuff in it. But I think I'm going to do something different. I was thinking about this FMS Colorado, but that car is pretty much fun the way it is. But hear me out. I do have the 18 scale Losi. And if it's not big enough for that, because that has twin 370s in it. I've also got this old Raminator here, which is new, never played with it, but wouldn't it be kind of cool to brushless that little thing? So that's kind of what I'm going to do with that thing. You guys remember on Saturday, I unboxed this Fox 2.0, this Kyosho with the KE25 in it, ran a few tanks through it on the bench, and she ran extremely well. But when I put tires on the ground, it would wind out first gear really good, shift in a second and just neutral out. But it was raining, so I thought it was a rain. It wasn't the rain. It turned out there's a pin in your 1-2 clutch assembly, and it had sheared the pin off. And I was kind of being aggressive with it on the bench, pinning it down, making the tires grow. And I think I broke the pin. But either way, I had this old Mad Force. So I pulled the transmission out of the Mad Force and I just put it into this Fox. And let me tell you something about this Fox. I gotta get this thing on video because I ran a couple tanks through it yesterday at lunchtime. This thing is a weapon. This thing is fast. I can't say enough about how good this thing is. But anywho, a little 2x4mm pin. I took the transmission apart, put it back together, put it in the Mad Force, which is the GX21 in it. And lo and behold, this thing ran good. So I put everything back together, put it on radio, and besides the fact that the foams are horrible, they were in the front, they're in the back, this little thing runs extremely good. So I'm gonna get this one on a video here real soon. Real happy about what it is. The servos were good. I just had to add a receiver. Actually, it had the original Kyosho receiver, but I didn't have a remote to it that I was aware of. And just a quick peek at this Mad Force. This is it's a Chevy Silverado body. It was painted by Ziegers, which is a big paint shop or paint guy down in South Florida, real famous. And got the RC Boca. Now RC Boca's still in business. They don't do nitro anymore. It's changed hands. But these guys used to take half-page ads out in RC Driver magazine and RC Car Action. But this thing looks absolutely stunning. And for a 21, she quick. And guys, today we're gonna put fuel in a Talbot truck and we're gonna run it. And a fun fact, I had my daughter run over to Lowe's yesterday to pick up a quart of True Fuel, and that's how much fuel it took. Yeah, that was the entire quart. She is empty. So I put the quart in there. I gave her a splash of the good, the clots. So we're gonna get this thing making some smoke today. And then after that, we got a few decisions we gotta make. And I also found something kind of cool on Amazon. This is kind of like a Losi Ross system where it's a remote starting system. And It's got a universal bolt pattern on the back of it, and it runs 2.3S LiPo, but this thing should give you channel 3 remote starting. I just got to figure out what it's actually going to fit, but super, super cool. I wanted to try one of these out. Kenny at DRC offered me one a while back, and I'm like, you know, I'm not really, but then he used it, so I had to go buy my own. So the highlight of the week you would think would be getting this $4,000 fifth scale 100-pound game over truck going, but I'll be honest with you, it's not. Highlight of my week is the Schumacher Manic. And if you know anything about the Manic, it's got the twin 36 belt car, completely amazing car. This thing has a story that is just kind of weird. So I found this thing on Facebook. He had it for like $600, and I've wanted a Manic for years, and they don't come up. So I wound up, I sent the guy a message on Facebook. I'm like, dude, I'll give you $750 for this thing shipped. Not knowing anything about the condition, not knowing anything about the car. And I'll tell you what, guys, that bit me in the ass. Because when it came in, first, the chassis was bent, really bent. All the front hinge pins were broke. This whole suspension was hanging. There was the shaft that holds on your clutch was broke off. No needles, no nothing. It was missing this belt. So I got to hold it ever at higher velocity. And if you've ever want to see some of the coolest builds in the world, you got to watch ever. Higher velocity nitro. This guy, he starts his videos going, what up, what up, what up? And then he shines into the sun. And the guy has got spirit. So what I wound up doing is I found the chassis. He told me, hey, contact Schumacher Racing in England. So I wound up getting a new chassis. I got the hinge pins. I got a new cylinder head only because it was available. I got a new radio box because it was available, a muffler because it was available, but I could not find this belt anywhere. So this is kind of where the story gets weird. Evidently, unbeknownst to me, this was on eBay, which is weird because I pretty much search eBay all day, every day. And evidently this thing had sold for $600 to a guy named Rudy. And when I offered the seller $750 on Marketplace, he literally just refunded this guy Rudy's money. So I did a couple videos on this thing, and I kept calling out, man, I need that U3457 belt. That guy Rudy contacted me, and he's like, dude, I have a belt for you. He got a hold of me on Facebook. I sent him my address, and at no charge, he wouldn't even take shipping, he sent me the belt, thus completing the Schumacher Menace. Rudy, you are awesome. So for a little Schumacher flex, I've got the Manic, I've got the Menace. Menace is a 10 scale car, another belt car with a 21 in it. I got a Fusion 21. Now they did make this as the Fusion 28 with that big cross iron head. I don't have that one. I think I ran this Havoc once. I actually got this one brand new in the box. And I've also got a Rascal. So the only one that I know that I'm missing is going to be the Ride. And I think the Ride is actually smaller than this thing. But this thing is 16 scale. And being Schumacher, because they overpower everything, it's got an 18 in it. But listen, guys, I got to get this shop open and go make some money to pay for all this stuff. So I will see you guys on the next one.